Hi.
When you first joined 5 years ago, in that first game at Bournemouth, Kyle played left back.
Yeah.
Did you think then, oh, this guy's going to be a killer right winger in a few years?
That day, no. But I think day by day, the moment that I start to understanding and see the skill set and the relationship that he could generate in the team, I was convinced that long term, medium term, that wasn't his position, and the team needed another kind of threat, creativity, and that he could provide those moments. And slowly we move him first to the left, then to the right, and then we start to see naturally that it was the position that he was feeling more comfortable, and we were consistent there.
Obviously, he was a teenager then, still finding his way, and now he's an established senior player. But how has he changed as a person behind the scenes in those 5 years?
Well, you can tell, the way he presents himself, the way he talks, decision that he makes, that he's got a massive role in the team. He's the main figure with 2 or 3 players at the club, and he plays for the national team. He's a very established player right now, and he's deciding football matches for us. So he has earned the right to act and be that way, but at the same time still so humble, close, and charming to everybody.
Jordan?
Part of that again, and be in an era where Man United and Arsenal were back at the top of the table competing.
Well, they were competing and they were the main 2 teams. So obviously, when you are fighting to get that cup at the end, and the tension raises. I think certain individuals as well made it very, very special, and you cannot force that, and we are trying to get there. I'm sure going to be trying to get there, and let's see what happens in the future.
Do you think it's hard for those rivalries to be born because there are so many other clubs competing? Because right now it's Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and maybe Chelsea.
Yeah, well, that league and this league, there's no comparison, obviously, in the amount of teams that they had the capacity to win it and challenge it. It wasn't that open for sure.
And because it was Wenger versus Ferguson, there was a lot of sometimes hatred, and there's a lot of bust-ups on and off the pitch, and maybe that's changed now because there are younger managers involved in the game. But do you think for the game itself and for the spectacle, it would be nice to see a bit more of that? Or would you be happy out of the game?
I don't know. I saw a lot of respect as well there, and I was lucky to have Arsene here, and the way he was talking always about Sir Alex, and his teams, and the way he conducted himself, he was top, and that was a lesson as well, because you really want to win, but as well you have to accept that the opponent can be better, or you can be better than the opponent, and you have to continuously move on.
Ed, Guardian.
Yeah, just on Saka, and you mentioned that his chemistry with the team has improved, in particular with Mikel Arteta, obviously since he's come back. Those two have an amazing chemistry together. Have you ever seen players that have got such a good understanding with each other? Or have you ever worked with a pair that have got such a great partnership?
Yeah, they are, but they can be obviously in this case because there are an attacking midfielder and a winger. I've seen centre backs, I've seen midfielders between them having. I just think about Barcelona with Xavi, Busquets and Iniesta. It was something else. They didn't even need to look at themselves. But our 2 centre backs as well, naturally, is a chemistry there that is unbelievable. So try to develop those more and more, because there is something there that is very difficult to put a number to it, but it flows in a natural way, and the more relationship like this you have in the team, the better.
And just on Martin, you mentioned that the players have a lot of trust in him as well and look up to him. How important is he to the rest of the squad? Now chasing down Liverpool, a bit of a deficit. To have that belief that you can do that.
Yeah, obviously he brings an energy and a stamina, quality that is very difficult to see. And when I talk about that trust, is because he earns it every single day. The way he conducts himself, the way he talks to people, and the way he's constantly pushing each other to get the standards as high as possible. And that's something that obviously he hasn't done it overnight. So credit to him, because he has earned it.
Do you think, is there anybody else in the team that gives you that, or when he's not there, is there anybody else that can stand in, or is that another reason why he's so important?
There are many others in different ways as well. Martin has his own way of doing, Bukayo has his own way, Jorginho has his own way, Thomas has his own way, Gavi, Saliba, David. There is a lot.
Okay, David.
Hi.
In the last few victories, have you noticed anything different from your team compared to maybe things were a little bit less right?
Well, first of all, the efficiency in the last 20 meters, for sure. And then the fact that winning and scoring a goal, being up front, scoring 2, 3, obviously changes the dynamic of the game instead of going behind or feeling a little more restricted in certain ways after not winning a football match or two.
Do you think you need to reach another level to maybe, because they have won Liverpool?
Sorry?
Do you think you as a team need to reach another level maybe because they have?
Yeah, well, the level is to win. That's it. So we haven't done that this season yet. We have won a lot of games, not at the level of Liverpool. So there is another level for sure.
Okay, last couple now. We'll go to James first and then Alan.
No, against West Ham, we saw, before Gabby's goal, we saw him kind of basically call a huddle, and he was almost like an NFL quarterback calling the shot and saying, this is what's going to happen, this is what we're going to do. Is he just relaying information from Nicholas, or have you given him the kind of the permission or ability to be the person who calls those set plays? I wondered how that worked, because it was quite...
In relation to the phase of play that we have, obviously there are certain players that are accountable to pass information, to read clues, and to understand what we have to do, and then communicate. Yeah.
Is it him coming up with that? Like, is it him in that situation thinking, I think we should do this move here, or is that...
Not only him, there are a few, yeah.
Just lastly, Ruben is coming into a club with great expectation, having to hit the ground running, something that you had to do coming here. How difficult is that to do, and what as a manager do you have to do to build that, to rebuild that club, or build that club in your image?
I know. I think what he mentioned, have a very strong belief that he's the right man, first of all, to do it, and then, be very consistent in your thoughts and put into practice and make sure that everybody follows you.
Okay, finally, Alan.
Is the key to the Saka and Odegaard relationship that when Martin was missing, Saka was having there was a lot more attention from defenders on him during those games, but obviously Martin being there, does that free up Saka, and is that why in the past 3 games we've seen him sort of get him up a bit?
Well, everything has an knock-on effect, and obviously the opponent as well. I'm sure they plan to how to stop certain qualities or certain threats that we have, and our job is to try to find other mechanisms to continue to be a threat on those spaces or in other spaces.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.